is LeBron being a crybaby? And you know what? I've never seen LeBron really be so adamant about not getting calls. He's gotten calls his whole career, but I think part of that happens to be when you're 6'8", 250 or 60 pounds, freak athlete, freak athleticism, doing it like, as 36, 37 years old, like you're 23. He's kind of branded himself to be so tough that some of those calls the ref just isn't going to give him. And sometimes the refs just miss calls. But I think the fact that the Lakers are struggling to get to 500, the injury, the continued injuries to Anthony Davis has LeBron at a point of frustration where he's feeling like, I already got to do it almost by myself. Why am I not getting these calls? And I don't think it's right, so to speak, but I do think that for him to be considered the greatest player of all time, you're not going to get every call. And when you don't get those calls, you still got to show up. And I think one of the larger problems is, why are the Lakers always in the position where one call decides the game? And if you don't get that call, you don't win the game. That's a very precarious situation to be in when you have the payroll of a team like the Lakers, when you have the responsibility to LA, when you have the hopes, when you have the dreams of the majority of basketball fans around the world are Lakers fans. Like, if you had to pick one team that has the most fans, it's probably the Lakers. And the great Lakers before LeBron, and people just have an expectation on LeBron James, and they expect him to be able to still come out on top. Last year, with the Lakers not making the playoffs, I mean, people are starting to be rabid about it. So I think it is a little weird, but at the end of the day, I think it's fair because, I mean, you're the greatest. So LeBron, if you hear me, I know it's tough. I know you're frustrated, but either the Lakers got to get you some help, or you're going to have to beat teams and the refs going forward, especially if you're to be considered the greatest of all time, which I think, I don't think it gets much better than LeBron. I come from the Jordan era, and I saw what Jordan did. Trust me, Jordan is okay. LeBron isn't retired, so his story is not finished. The book isn't complete, so it's going to be hard to compare. But once LeBron hangs it up, it's going to be really hard to not say that he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Now, was he the greatest champion of all time? Probably not. The best in the finals of all time? Probably not. Most winningest? Nah, But as far as somebody, we've never seen anybody who can do everything that LeBron can. And just by definition, if you talk about the greatest basketball player, apples to being apples, if you take LeBron and put him on the 96 Bulls, and you take 96 Jordan and put him on this year's version of the Lakers, who do you think would be better? Let's say that again. If you take 96 Jordan and put him on this year's Lakers, and you take this year's LeBron and put him on the 96 Bulls, what team do you think would be more successful? All right, that'll be our question of the week.